Good day, I'm Michelle Farzas and I will be discussing about the theories and techniques used in guidance counseling. There are different techniques that a counselor or a therapist can be used in the session or therapy session. One of these techniques or approach is the behavioral approach. So it includes about the cognitive behavioral therapy, or also known as CBT, the rational emotive behavioral therapy, or also known as REBT. And the last one is the transactional analysis, or TA. Other than behavioral approach is the humanistic approach. It includes the person-centered therapy or the client-centered therapy. Next is the Gestalt therapy. And the next, or the last one, is the existential therapy. Other than behavioral approach is the humanistic approach. It includes the person-centered therapy or the client-centered therapy. Next is the Gestalt therapy. And the next, or the last one, is the existential therapy. So, first we will go on, or we will discuss about the behavioral approach. So, we recently talked what are the different approaches or techniques includes in the behavioral approach. These are the CBT, the REBT, and the TA. We will go on, or before that, we will discuss what is a behavioral approach. So, behavioral approach, the most known individual or therapist or psychologist in this area is Boris Frederick Skinner, or B.F. Skinner. So these are the following areas of our discussion: the basic philosophy, key concept, role of the counselor, goals of therapy, therapeutic relationship, techniques of therapy, application, multiculturalism, contributions, and limitation. So, basic philosophy. So, if we talk about behavioral approach, it involves, or the center of this therapy involved rewards or giving of rewards, reinforcements, and desensitization. Next is, in this area, it tells about to reinforce a desired behavior, it involves cooperation of others, especially family and close friends. Because in this area, or in this aspect of therapy, the therapist or the counselor believes that it has a positive result if we include in the therapy the family and the close friends or the people around the client to have a most effective result. So, next is, it talks about behavior is the product of learning. Yes, because behavior, it is the attitudes or characteristics that we learn from our environment or the people around us. So especially if the client, maybe the problem or the response of the client to each problem, if there is a negative response, so maybe it based on the response that characterized by the other people around them, around the client. So maybe he copied or she copied it from the other person. So in behavioral approach, people or we are the product and producer of the environment. A behavioral approach focuses on the overt behavior. So the behavior that can be seen on the individual or the client. So this therapy is focused on the principles of learning theory. So maybe the use of reinforcement and punishment or giving of reward to have an effective result of the therapy. So there's what we call normal behavior. So normal behavior, it is the reinforcement and imitation, meaning the characteristic or the attitude that we gain from giving us or the client, by giving the client a reinforcement. It can be a positive reinforcement or negative, but for me, to have an effective result, maybe it's better to use a positive reinforcement. When we want the client to do something, we give them that help them benefit from it. And this normal behavior, it is gained through imitation. So by copying the characteristics that we gain for our family, our environment around us, maybe in our workplace. So for the majority character shown from the other individual, so maybe that is the attitude that we also get or characterize. So there is also called an abnormal behavior. So it is result from faulty learning. So we gain something in a negative way. So it is a behavior that is not good or wrong. So in behavioral approach, it focuses or stresses on present behavior. Maybe, okay, they will not focus on the past or your attitude in your childhood, but the present behavior in a certain problem. So they focus on the present. So what caused that response in a certain behavior or in a certain problem? What is the role or roles of the counselor in this approach? Their roles are varied. It can be a consultant, reinforcer, and facilitator. Counselors tends to supervise the other people in the client's environment. So, di ba, we talked about recently that we must involve the family and the close friends of the client. So that it has a bigger effective result. Counselors model the desired behavior. So, as a therapist, we show them what is the appropriate behavior towards a certain situation or how we react on the given situation. Okay, operant conditioning counselors are more directive and prescriptive. So, in behavioral approach, they are also known as the operant conditioning counselors. So, they are more directive and prescriptive. More direct, maybe, details what to do and what you need to do. And there is a prescriptive, so there is something that you gave to the client. The goals of therapy and behavioral approach are: first, to eliminate maladaptive behaviors. Yes, that is the reason why we go or involve in the therapy session, because we think, as a client, we think that there is something inappropriate in our attitude or in our behavior toward certain situation or any situation. To learn more effective behavior. Yes, it is. It has a correlation with the first. So, to eliminate maladaptive and to gain more effective behavior. So, because we want to get rid of the negative behavior, so when removing that negative behavior, so we gain something more effective. Focus on factors influencing behavior. So maybe in a situation, in a problem, that what causes that behavior or action, you respond. For example, so what are the factor influencing that? So unsa tong So ano yung mga bagay na nakaapekto? Bakit ito or yan yung attitude mo towards a problem? Okay, the goals of therapy are to eliminate maladaptive behavior, remove something that are not necessary, to learn more effective behavior. These are the behavior that you want to have or you want to gain during the session. Focus on factors influencing behavior and find what can be done about problematic behavior. So, ano yung mga bagay na dapat natin gawin upang maalis yung mga di ka nais-nais na mga kaugalian ng isang tao. The therapeutic relationship. Therapist is active and directive. Therapist functions as a teacher or trainer. So because they help us, guide us, and they gave us what are the things to be done during the session to gain the most effective behavior. A good working relationship is essential for implementing behavioral procedures. Is to have an effective. So, as a client, we must feel that we are secured and the client are trustworthy. So that there is a good result and commitment between the client and the counselors. The techniques of therapy. Okay, these are the possible techniques used in the behavioral approach: the systematic desensitization, relaxation method, flooding, eye movement, and desensitization reprocessing, reinforcement techniques, modeling, cognitive restructuring, assertion and social skills training, self-management programs, behavioral rehearsal, coaching, and various multimodal therapy techniques. Okay. Behavioral approach techniques of therapy is to diagnose or assess. Okay, techniques of therapy. It uses diagnosis or assessment to determine the treatment plan. So, to know the problem of the client, so we must diagnose. And to know what are the effective treatment that we can apply during the session. Okay, it uses contracts and homework assignments. Contracts, so there is a written agreement between the counselors and the client. So maybe the client will ask something to do outside the therapy session. So maybe in their home or in the workplace. So that's what we call homework assignments. Application. So it enjoys wide applicability to individual, group, marital, and family counseling. So there are different, it can be applied not only for an individual. So there is a wide scope of this behavioral approach. It's suited well in situations like phobic disorders, depression, sexual disorders, children's behavioral disorders, stuttering, and prevention of cardiovascular disease. Its principles are applied in fields such as pediatrics, stress management, behavioral medicine, education, and geriatrics. Multiculturalism. Okay. Focus on behavior rather than feelings. So, when we get angry, that is the feeling. So, the behavior is when we get angry, what are the things that we tend to do? So, focus on the behavior. Because, yes, being angry or the feelings, it's still in our heart. So, but we can reduce our outer response to that certain situation or being angry. So, maybe there are things kasi na kapag nagagalit ka, nagdadabog ka, tinatapon yung mga bagay sa paligid. So, that is the behavior. So, maybe in this approach, it can learn or it can help us learn something that can remove that behavioral response. So, maybe this includes the techniques relaxation. So, even though we are angry, so there is a possibility that there's no need to ruin or destroy the things around us. Compatible with many cultures. And strength are collaborative relationship between counselor and client. So, to have a more effective. So, there is a collaboration. Need to help clients assess the possible consequences of making behavioral changes. Yes. So maybe during the session there is a possibility of change. So while gaining the change or gaining new behavior, maybe there is a consequences. Contribution. Emphasis is on assessment and evaluation techniques. So assess, it can be done before. And evaluation, it can be done after. So maybe what are the things gained by the client? Provide basis for accountable practice. specific problems are identified. So they are focused on specific rather than general problem or aspect of behavior. So maybe they focus on the step-by-step change. Clients are kept informed about progress towards their goal. Okay, it talks about collaboration. So there is what we call there is what we call transparency. So in every session, the counselor must be open to give feedback or criticism on the client. Major criticism is may change behavior but not feelings. Yes, because feelings is inside ourselves. But behavior is the outcome of that inside feelings. Okay, it ignores the relational factor in therapy, does not provide insight, ignores historical causes of present behavior, control and manipulation by the therapist. Basic limitation is behavior change cannot always be objectively assessed because of the difficulty in controlling environmental behavior. Yes, maybe in the aspect on the session you can control or help the client, but in the bigger world around the client, maybe there is a possibility of difficulty because yung client maybe iisipin niya, hindi namin ito pinag-aralan, anong gagawin ko dito? So maybe ganyan. So example, when the counselor give assignments to their home, to their workplace, but outside that area, maybe there is a difficulty. Lalo na kapag hindi pa talaga na iintindihan ng client o na gigain naturally yung behavior na dapat niyang gawin o ilabas. That is all about the behavioral approach. And now we will focus on the different types of behavioral approach. First, we will tackle about the cognitive behavioral therapy or the CBT. Okay, the most important person in this area or in this therapy is Dr. Aaron Temkenbeck. Okay, the CBT, it is a combination of cognitive and behavioral therapy. Cognitive, it is a way of thinking, and behavioral or behavior, it is the action. It helps people change negative thought patterns, belief, and behavior. It is a type of psychotherapeutic treatment that helps patients understand the thoughts and feelings that influence behavior. Okay, the CBT used to treat a wide range of disorders. Okay, it is a short term and focused on helping clients deal with a very specific problem. Yes. There are different cognitive behavioral therapist characteristics. The first is the CBT is based on the cognitive model of emotional response. Okay, it is briefer and time limited, so meaning short term. So, brief. Kaunti lang yung bagay na i-focus niya. So, meaning, they are more specific on a certain problem that the clients wants to remove or understand his or herself. CBT is a collaborative effort between the therapist and the client. It is based on aspects of Stoic philosophy. Uses a Socratic method. It is a structured and directive. So there is a maybe certain things to be followed na. So directive. So it more on the therapist part. So okay, it's based on the educational model. CBT theory and techniques rely on the inductive method. Okay, homework is a central feature of CBT. So, to have a more effective result of the session, of the therapy, we should give the client an extra thing to do to help them practice the things they learned during the session. The parts that we will discuss or topic on. Individuals tends to incorporate faulty thinking, which leads to emotional and behavioral disturbances. Okay, if we talk wrongly, if we thought something that it is not good, maybe there is a negative behavioral response. Cognitions, major determinants of how we feel and act. Yes. Cognition is the way of our thinking. So kung ano yung iniisip natin, kung ano yung pagkakaintindi natin sa isang bagay, so that is the reason what are the things that we might do or the feelings. So example, kapag iniwan ka ng taong mahal mo, example lang. So if you think for yourself that you are not worthy, so there is a possibility that you feel guilt and depressed about yourself. So the act on that is that maybe there is a suicidal. So meaning maaaring sasaktan mo yung sarili mo o isipin mong wala na talagang magmamahal sa akin. Hindi ako karapat-dapat na mahalin. So maybe ingana siya. So example, in our family, kung bata yung may problema, kapag pinagalitan siya, so kapag hindi maintindihan ng bata na it is normal to be disciplined by your parents. So you think that hindi ka mahal ng pamilya mo. So maybe the feeling is hurt, maybe angry. So during, okay, maybe okay, cognition, major determinants on how we feel and act. So cognition, it is the way of our understanding something from the certain problem. If we think positively, maybe there is a positive act or feeling. Then, kung kapag negative naman siya, maybe that is the reason that we feel depressed and hurt. Primarily oriented towards cognition and behavior. So, yes, diba? It is a combination of cognitive and behavioral. Key concepts. A person's belief system is a primary cause of disorder. So, if we talk about belief, yung paniniwala ng isang tao. So, kung meron kang positive belief, so, in everything that will happens in your life, so you can understand and think positively about it. But if it has a negative belief on your life, so that is the reason why maybe there is a cause or a case of depression, suicidal, or hurting your soul. Yan na siya. So, internal dialogue plays a central role in one's behavior. So, internal dialogue. So, maybe it is a way of therapeutic techniques. So, you will ask yourself, kung ito ba yung gagawin ko? Ano ang possible na mangyayari kapag ito yung gagawin ko? Kung ito naman yung gagawin ko, ano yung positive na resulta? So, there is a balancing before doing something. Clients focus on examining faulty assumption and misconception and on replacing this with effective belief. So, mostly focus on the negative thinking or way of thinking of the clients. So, kung ano yung mga paniniwala na hindi tama. Yan yung i-correct ng CBT therapist. Sa session na ito, tutulungan kang mag-isip ng tama or inappropriate na hindi mo ida-down yung sarili mo. Maiintindihan mo kung ano yung nangyari, bakit ito yung nangyari, at you will learn to move on. The goals of therapy is to challenge client to confront faulty belief with contradictory evidence that they gather and evaluate. To become aware of automatic thoughts and to change them. To help clients seek out their dogmatic belief. What are the therapeutic relationships? Therapist as a teacher and client as a student. Therapist is highly directive and teaches client an ABC model of changing their cognition. So what is ABC model? So later we will talk about that. It focuses on collaborative relationship, uses Socratic dialogue method. What are the techniques of therapy? Okay. Therapists use a variety of cognitive, emotive, and behavioral techniques. Are active, directive, time-limited, present-centered, and structured therapy. These are Socratic dialogue, debating irrational belief, carrying out homework assignment, gathering data and assumptions one has made. Also, keeping records of activities, forming alternative interpretation, learning new coping skills, changing one's language and thinking patterns, role-playing, imagery, and confronting faulty belief. Widely applied therapy to the treatment of depression, anxiety, marital problems, stress management, skill training, substance abuse, assertion training, eating disorder, panic attacks, performance anxiety, and social phobia. Multiculturalism. It offers clients opportunity to express their areas of concern. It tends to avoid the stigma of mental illness. It is essential to the therapists to understand and respect the world of their clients. Emphasis on a comprehensive and eclectic therapeutic practice. Numerous cognitive, emotive, and behavioral techniques. Openness to incorporating techniques from other approaches, and a methodology of for changing and changing faulty thinking. The limitations tends to play down emotion, does not focus on exploring the unconscious or underlying conflict, does not give enough weight to clients' past. The second techniques used in behavioral approach is the rational emotive behavioral therapy, or also known as REBT. It was first introduced by Dr. Albert Ellis in 1955. Okay. Dr. Ellis devised a method which he believed was more directive, efficient, and effective. So that is why he created this REBT. Okay, these are the following scope of our discussion for this day. Basic philosophy are focus on helping clients change irrational beliefs. These are the beliefs that you think or you believe on, meaning a belief that focus on your own benefits, not as a whole aspect of life. Second is by replacing of the illogical and unrealistic ideas with more realistic and adaptive ones through direct intervention and confrontation by the therapist. Okay, the key concepts are Dr. Ellis suggested that people mistakenly blame external events for unhappiness. Maybe it when a person or the client tends to focus on the other people or blaming other people why he or she can't be happy. And REBT focus or mostly use the ABC model, which is the A for activating event. It is when something happens in the environment around you or around the client. B is belief, which means a belief about the event or situation. And C stands for consequence. To have an emotional response to your belief. Okay. Example in this situation may be a couple, or we give example of a couples. Activating event when they have a breakup. So kung kailangan na nilang maghiwalay. So example, the client is a woman. So he believed that two married people can't be separated because they are connected legally and by Holy Spirit. So, if there is a happenings na iiwan siya ng lalaki o yung husband niya, Kasi maybe hindi na masaya yung lalaki. So maybe ang yung consequences, so yung babae she believed that hindi talaga sila pwede maghiwalay. Sila, ikinasal sila, so sila dapat yung magsasama habang buhay. So, yung consequence nito, there's a possibility na i-force ng babae yung sarili niya sa lalaki. Babantayan niya, titingnan niya kung sino-sino yung kasama niya, kasama ng husband niya. Then, but the consequence is, if she will not let go of her husband, that's the cause of his loneliness. So, maybe external blame. So, titingnan yung mga tao sa paligid ng husband niya. So, tingnan niya kung meron bang kabit. So, susugurin niyo yung kabit. O, yan na. So, yung belief kasi ng girl ay hindi talaga sila pwedeng mahihiwalay. Siya lang yung para sa lalaki. Wala nang iba. So, hindi niya talaga iiwan yung lalaki. No matter what, masaya ba yung lalaki sa kanya o hindi, basta, hindi niya iiwan niya kasi yun pinaniniwalaan niya. So, it can cause unhappiness. Kasi even doon nandun yung lalaki, o still, kapili niya yung lalaki, meron pa rin problema. So, pareha sila na hindi magiging masaya. Next, what is the role of the counselor? They are direct and active in their teaching and correcting clients' cognition. Tutulungan ng counselors yung client to correct his way or her way of thinking or yung belief niya in a certain situation or problem that he or may face. Then Dr. Ellis believed that good REBT counselor must be bright, knowledgeable, empathetic, persistent, scientific, interested in helping others, and use REBT in their personal lives. So being a REBT therapist, so there are a lot of things that we must gain or innate. So, this kind of therapy must be used by the knowledgeable one. So, who can really help the client in his or her problem? Okay, they does not rely heavily on the DSM-4 categories. So, they are using widely use of techniques that possibly can be used in the therapy session for the client. What is the goals of the therapy? To help people live rational and productive lives. So rationalistic. So these are the more on objective way of thinking rather than subjective. They let themselves to think that why something happened, there are a lot of reasons. So in each reason, the clients must know and learn and understand how to react and accept that situation to gain productively. Second is help people that it is their thoughts and belief about event that creates difficulties, not the event or the situation. Yes, because our way of thinking is the main determinants of how we feel and act. So, kung meron tayong gagawin na isang bagay or decision na gagawin, we should think twice until we really understand and we think what are the best way to solve that problem. It is all about letting go and accepting. Third is to help the clients to understand that wishes and wants are not entitlements to be demanded. Yes. So, about wishes kasi, yun yung belief mo na dapat ito dapat, ito yung tama. So, hindi naman in real life, hindi dyan nakabase yung buhay. So, there are different instances na mangyayari sa isang tao. So, if that will happen, you must learn how to react properly in that situation. Kahit man alam mo na kung minsan mahirap talaga, lalo na kung hindi mo kayang tanggapin ang isang bagay. Pero to be happy, you must learn how to let it go or to move on. Next is to help clients stop catastrophizing when wants and desires are not met. Next, it stresses the appropriateness of the emotional. The emotions, and in every situation, there is the appropriate emotion that you respond. So, dapat sa ano man yung mangyari sa buhay mo, matuto ka o alam mo kung paano tumanggap o paano mo tatanggapin ang isang bagay. And try to learn from it para naman sa susunod maging maayos na. Because maybe in every mistake there is a lesson that we can learn. Next, it assesses people in changing self-defeating behaviors or cognitions. Embrace acceptance and tolerance of self and of others in order to achieve life goals. Yes, to embrace acceptance. Yes, if we learn how to accept things happen in our life, that is the way we can learn how to move on and live life. And to live life that make us happy. And to gain something from it. These are the basic steps in our REBT. First is identifying the underlying irrational thought patterns and beliefs. Okay. It is when we ask or let the client tell about his or her thoughts or belief on a certain situation. Next is challenging the irrational belief. It is when that you think, so, diba, the client ask or look for a therapist because they need help, they need guidance, and they need someone to understand them and to help them to make be a better person. So the second is challenging. So maybe at this part, the client tend to challenge the mistaken belief. So maybe ito yung times na binabalikan yung situation. So third is gaining insight and recognizing irrational thoughts and pattern. Okay, for the third one, mula sa second to, binabalikan yung pangyayari. Ano ba ang nangyari? So, third part is gaining insight. So, possible, bakit yun yung ginawa mo? Kung ito yung, possible kung yung ibang tao, ito ba yung gagawin mo o ito? So, there is a choice. So, parang, at this stage, i-rationalize ng client yung nangyari. In application, REBT can be effective in the treatment of range of psychological disorders, including anxiety disorder, phobias, as well as specific behaviors such as severe shyness and excessive approval seeking. Okay, so mostly REBT, ginagamit ito upang mas ma-improve yung social skills mo, yung interaction mo sa ibang tao. So, more on, in this situation, REBT, yung mga taong introvert. So, they help them to be extrovert, to learn something, to gain something, to help them learn how other people interact. How does REBT work? It works best for individuals desiring a scientific, present focus, and active treatment for coping with life's difficulties, rather than one which is mystical, historical, and largely passive. So, same, focus on the present behavior or present problem. REBT distinguishes clearly between two very different types of difficulties. It can be practical problems and emotional problems. REBT addresses the latter by helping you take responsibility for your distress. Okay, the second one, okay. How does REBT work? REBT addresses the latter by helping you take responsibility for your distress. Meaning, only you can upset yourself about events. So, it focuses on your belief. That is why you get angry, you get distressed, because you think that a certain situation is contradicting your belief. So, dyan nagmumula yung conflict. So, it is on your way or on your own way of thinking. So, the second one is recognize that neither another person nor an adverse circumstance can ever disturb you. Okay, in this, Because, okay, the third one is identify your must. So there are different situations. Must number one is a demand on yourself. The must number two, demand on others. And must number three, a demand on situation. Ascertain what you're demanding of yourself, of your significant others, or of your circumstances. Next is dispute your must. Next, begin by asking yourself. And last is reinforce your preferences. Okay, that would be all for the rational emotive behavioral therapy. The third one, techniques in behavioral approach, is the transactional analysis, or also known as TA. It was introduced by the Canadian psychiatrist in 1940, Dr. Eric Berne. It is belonged to psychoanalytical school of therapy. It involved a set of practical conceptual tools designed to promote personal growth and change. It is a fundamental therapy for well-being and for helping individuals to reach their full potential in all aspects of life. Okay, these are the following concepts or scope of our discussion for this day about transactional analysis. Okay. It has an optimistic view of human nature. And TA believes that people can change despite life's event, and that it's never too late to change one's life. So in TA, they believe for second chances. All of us has or have a second chance to do what is right, to do what is good for the best of us. All decisions are made in life can be decided. Okay, so in TA, they believe that when we make a wrong choice in the past, so it does not end that or on that. So we still have a chance to correct that decision. No matter what, it's too late, but still we made the right choice. Fourth, aims to free the client from maladaptive patterns of behavior based on past thinking. They will be able to choose a new direction of life or in life. The basic goal of TA is to help the client make new decisions about their current behavior and change the direction their lives are taking. So in TA, we can say that it focuses on the helping client to begin a new life. And a person will learn to write their own life story instead of allowing it to be written for them. Okay, maybe in TA or in the therapy session of TA, so the information are given by the client itself. So all the story, only the therapists are listening for all the story that the client told or will tell. The key concepts of TA. TA uses four major methods to analyze and predict behavior. The first is structural analysis. It is happened within the individual. Transactional analysis between two or more people. Game analysis is when individual leading to negative feelings. The script analysis, it is a life plan the individual has chosen to follow. In the structural analysis, TA is a dynamic theory of personality in the sense that uses the concept of psychic energy and the distribution of energy. The structure of personality is based on the personality theory of parent, adult, child, ego state. Eric Berne defines the ego state on the patterns of feeling, thinking, and behaving. These are the three ego states. First, the parent ego state. These are the three ego states. First is the parent ego state, contains the parental admonishment and values with do's, shoulds, and oughts. Second is the adult ego state, contains the objective thinking, rational, and logical ability to deal with reality. The third one is the child ego state, the source of childlike behaviors and feelings. So in these three, I could say that the adult ego state is the more right way of thinking while dealing a problem or while responding on a certain situation or problem. The first ego state is the parent ego state are in two forms. A is controlling or critical parent, which is the negative and supportive or critical. Nurturing parent, which is supportive, helpful, nurturing, and comforting. Okay. In the parent ego state, the behaviors, thoughts, and feelings copied from parents or parent figures. So, maybe when you are in adult state or when you are adult, if the way of thinking came from the parent ego state, so meaning these are the kind of characteristics or behavior we get from our parent, or how our parent react on that situation. So we tend to copy it. The second one is the adult's ego state. It is called the integrating adults. It means that we are constantly updating ourselves through our everyday experiences and using these to inform us. Taking the best of the past and using it appropriately in the present is an integration of the positive aspects of both our parent and child ego state. So, in the adult ego state, we tend to balance our child ego state and our parent ego state. So how we react when we were in our in adult ego state. Again, the second way is the adult ego state, or also known as the integrating adult Integrating adults. It means that we are constantly updating ourselves through our everyday experiences and using it to inform us. Second is taking the best of the past and using it appropriately in the present. Is an integration of the positive aspects of both our parent and child. So, in our adult ego state, it is a way of thinking that we tend to balance the two ego state, our parent ego state and our child ego state. In the adult ego state, behaviors, thoughts, and feelings, which is direct responses to the here and now. So, what really happens in the present. So, that's we are. But we tend to balance what is the appropriate reaction in that certain situation. The third ego state is the child ego state. Okay, in the child ego state, it has three identified forms of child ego state: the natural or free child, adaptive child, little professor. Okay, the behavior and thoughts and feelings played from childhood. In the structural analysis, a set of behaviors, thoughts, and feelings which are played from our own childhood. TA has identified three different forms of child ego state. They are the natural, free child, adaptive, and little professor. Okay. In the structural analysis, or the three type of ego states, there's what we call the contamination ego state. Occurs when we talk as if something is a fact or a reality, when really this is a belief. The three ego states can be used as a way of analyzing transactions, or we call transaction is also known as the communication between people. Okay. A transaction is a communication from A to B and the response from B to A. So, meaning there is a congruency. So, from the speaker to the receiver. So, from the receiver to the speaker. Okay. It helps the client to understand the three distinct types of transaction. Okay. There are different types of transactions or communication between people. First, the complementary transaction, the cross transactions, and the ulterior transactions. If we talk about complementary transaction, both people communicating from the same ego state. The meaning, if the mindset of a person is from the adult ego state, so the other one is also from the adult ego state. Next is, it occurs when a message sent from a specific ego state gets the predicted response from the specific ego state in the other person. So, complementary. Example, the speaker came from the child ego state. So, then it goes to the parent ego state. So, but when the parent ego state responded to the child ego state. So, it has a congruency. Kasi, the child ego state expected that the message that she or he can get from the parent ego state is going to child ego state. So, it has a congruency, meaning even though it came from the other ego state, but they understand the meaning of the message. If you talk about cross-construction, both people coming from different ego states and resulting in the cross-transaction, both people coming from different ego states and resulting in an unexpected hurtful response. Then the third one is ulterior transaction. People coming from different ego states, but the response appear to be from the same ego state. So, the cross and the ulterior ego state or transaction is contradicting, because in ulterior, it came from the different ego state, but the response are the same ego state. That is why there's no conflict, because the response is understandable, while the cross ego state, they came from the same ego state, but the response is different. So there is a conflict. Okay. In ulterior, in this case, two messages are exchanged. One in the social level and one in the psychological level. There are two types of ulterior transaction: the duplex transaction and the angular ulterior transaction. There are three rules of communication in TA. First rule of communication: as long as transactions remain complementary, communication can continue indefinitely. There are three rules of communication in TA. The first rule is, as long as transactions remain complementary, communication can continue indefinitely. So, there's no problem in the communication of the two persons or two individuals. The second rule of communication: when a transaction is crossed, a break in communication results, and one or both individuals will need to shift ego states in order for the communication to be reestablished. So, if you can remember, in TA, it involves a decision making, meaning your decision can be redecided. So this is that situation in the second rule of communication. Okay, the third rule of communication is the behavioral outcome of an ulterior transaction is determined at the psychological level and not at the social level. Okay. The third major forms of transaction is the game analysis. Game are learned patterns of behavior. It is an ongoing series of transactions, seemingly complementary, covertly ulterior, which leads to a well-defined payoff. Payoff are usually negative feelings like fear, anger, sadness for one or both the players. The client is encouraged to learn more satisfying ways of structuring time and acquiring strokes. Okay, there are various ways to stop a game. We can cross the transaction by responding from a different ego state than the one the stimulus is designed to hook. Next is pick up the ulterior rather than the social message. The opening message of the game always entails a discount. Replace the game's tropes. Okay, if we talk about strokes, so strokes has 4 degrees. The first degree is games are played in social circles, generally lead to mild upset, not major traumas. So maybe there are hurtful feelings, but not really that much. So the second degree is game occur when the stakes may be higher. This usually occurs in more intimate circles and ends up with an even greater negative payoff. So the third degree, games involve tissue damage and may end up in the jail. So jail, hospital, or morgue. So maybe games or strokes are the kind of games. So the third degree is the very high kind of game because it can cause damage to the players. Okay, if we talk about script analysis, it involves the plan that a person makes for their life. Some of the common ones are never scripts will result in a person who believes he or she is a never-do-well. The second, until scripts result in a person who continues to wait until they can deserve the reward. Third, always scripts result in a person continuing without change. After script result in anticipation of difficulty after a certain event. Open-ended script result in lack of direction after a given time or event. Next is the ideal life script is one that is characterized by the I am okay and you are okay. So in that part, the I'm okay, you're okay is the best known expression of the purpose of TA. Okay. To establish and reinforce the position that recognizes the value and worth of every person, there are 4 life positions that a person can hold, and holding a particular psychological position has profound implication for how an individual operationalizes his or her life. The positions are stated as, ito yung part ng I'm okay, you're okay. The first one is I'm okay and you are okay. This is the healthiest position about life. It means that I feel good about myself and that I feel good about others and their competence. So there is no conflict with the other people. I'm okay and you are not okay. In this position, I feel good about myself, but I see others as damaged. or less than, and it is usually not healthy. So maybe in this position, you tend to be a self-motivated. So maybe you're not really think others to be part of yourself, of your life. So maybe you are focused on your own. I'm not okay and you are okay. In this position, the person sees him or herself as the weak partner in relationship, as the others in life, and definitively better than the self. The person who holds this position will unconsciously accept abuse as okay. Yes, so in this position, ito yung mga taong martyr. So, they're not always or find themselves to fight for what is right, for what they think is right. But they tend to themselves, or they feel or they think for themselves that they are the weakest than the others. So they think that they can't live their life without them. So that is why they're okay being abused than living alone. I'm not okay and you are not okay. So this is the worst position to be in, as it means that I believe that I am in the terrible state and the rest of the world is as bad. So maybe in this position, ito yung times na you think of yourself as not worthy. You are worthless. And the world around you is not worth a living. So, maybe in this position, ito yung time siguro na merong nangyayaring mga suicidal. So, pagpapakamatay. So, because they think that they are not worth living. So, wala nang, they think that walang mahalaga dito sa mundo. Wala na akong rason para mabuhay pa. So, ito yung pinaka mahirap na situation sa buhay ng isang tao. Strokes, it refers to compliments, acceptance, and recognitions, which are influential in how people lead their lives. TA therapy recognizes that we are greatly motivated by the reinforcement we get as children. As if this was dysfunctional, we are likely to adopt dysfunctional patterns of living as we get older. Intimacy. Similar to strokes. If the intimacy a child experiences is dysfunctional, then they will learn that this type of intimacy is the best he or she can do to meet basic needs and communicate with others. This can lead to the development of repetitive patterns of behavior that can hinder a person's potential. Redecision. An individual's capacity to redecide and make changes to certain decisions made as a child that stem from unconscious scripts. Redecisions reflect the assumption of TA therapy that individuals have the potential to lead their lives as they choose. This power is released after a redecision is made while a client is in their child ego state. Contract. TA view people as capable of deciding what they want for their lives. This helps to set boundaries and realize expectations for both the client and the psychotherapist. They will encourage clients to challenge their current belief and the way he or she uses their life script. This will help them to better understand the direction and patterns of their life for themselves. The role of the counselor in TA. The counselor and the client work together to establish the specific goals of therapy. So for the better result, there is need a collaboration and cooperation with the client and the therapist. The counselor constructs with the client for the changes that they desire. So what are the possible changes that they want to happen for their life? Counselors use their knowledge to address a concern introduced by the client rather than telling the client what issues need to focus on. So the concern is focused on what the client will tell or told to the counselor. So all the information or the informations came from the client. The goals of the TA. The goals is to not only learn to adjust to life, but to attain health and autonomy. Through the gaining of autonomy, the clients can be more aware, intimate, and spontaneous, living a life free of games and self-defeating life script. Techniques of TA. Some of these techniques are treatment contract. So we talk about contract agreement between the counselor and the client about what is to be accomplished and what responsibilities are agreed upon. So, diba, when we talk about behavioral approach, it is important to have a more active directive, and it uses a homework and especially the contract. So there is an agreement between the client and the counselor. Interrogation involves forcing the clients to answer from the adult ego state through a succession of confrontive questions. So it is a way of questioning the client. Specification, identifying ego state that is the source of the transition. Confrontation, it is the process of pointing out inconsistencies. Explanation, a process where the counselor teaches the adult ego state of the client, a tenet of TA. So, that is the way of thinking of a person which he or she can really understand from the therapist. Illustration, a story or example that is used to portray a point. Confirmation, technique where the counselor directs the client's attention to a previously modified behavior that is reoccurring. Interpretation involves the counselor explaining to the child ego state the reasons behind the client behavior. Crystallization occurs when the client realizes that game playing can be given up and the client can enjoy the freedom of choice in behavior. In application, TA can help develop awareness, options, and skills in daily life through the enhancement of your strengths and resources. It improves on your communication skills and help with managing conflict and difficult situation in your life. Yes, because of the different types of transaction which help to redirect your way of thinking to help you correct your wrongdoings or para matulungan ka na maging maayos yung decision mo sa buhay at para mas maintindihan mo yung tao on how they think and how you will respond on their way of thinking. Foster intimacy, spontaneity, and autonomy within yourself and your relationships. Think clearly and raise your emotional intelligence. Develop new options and make better choices in your life. Experience and live the life you deserve. Okay, that will be all about the behavioral approach used in guidance counseling. Okay, it has 3 types: the cognitive behavioral therapy, the rational emotive behavioral therapy, and the last is the transactional therapy.